Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another edition of Livewire Sports Media. I'm your boy, Livewire itself. So I want to talk about something pretty good before I bring back another video later today. So Aliyah Boston has been named Eastern Conference Player of the Week. Yes, I do believe Kelsey Mitchell did it early this year. So it's well deserved for Aliyah Boston. She has been playing, pretty well, not as well as me personally, think she should. With um, without Caitlin Clark being there, but Aliyah Boston for the week, she was averaging 60 points. She got 5 straight double doubles, over 11 and a half rebounds per game. Well deserved, well deserved. But she didn't even know that she made Player of the Week until this little gathering came about.
5 in a row. Let's keep building on that. Okay, number 2, welcome Chloe. And number 3, Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Aliyah Boston.
So as you can see, they out on the West Coast right now because they do have a game tonight against the LA Sparks, a game that they really need to win because I feel like the Indiana Fever has not played well against sub 500 teams. And that meaning the Valkyries, who's teetered between 500 and above a little bit here and there, back and forth a little bit. They are battling, I think, that 8th, 7th seed angle with the LA the Las Vegas Aces. But nevertheless, the Sparks, who've been surging, they had that double overtime win over the Storm, and then the Indiana Fever came in and beat the Storm a couple of nights ago. So I feel like the Indiana Fever definitely need to win this game tonight by any means necessary. I don't even care if it's a grind out game, low scoring game. They need to beat the LA Sparks because we seen what happened the last game where not Kelsey Mitchell, but Kelsey Plum should have been called for a foul when she knocked over Lexi Hall, stepped over Lexi Hall at the same time, and no foul was called. Now, this is the second time that the Indiana Fever had been on the West Coast, and they had a 4-game West Coast trip early on in the season. Now, this is their second one, and it started with Dallas and then the Storm. And I do believe they do come back kind of like towards the Midwest a little bit with the Phoenix Mercury on Thursday. So nevertheless, with that, Aliyah Boston, in addition to her stats during this week, included being tied for the most total and defensive rebounds in the WNBA. She also scored 22 points against the Mercury and with 17 points in that fourth quarter to help the Indiana Fever sealed that victory. That was a game where Ari McDonald came alive. She had 27 points in that game, and the bench had 32. Boston also achieves a double-double against the Wings and Seattle. And for the 2025 season, she ranks highly in the field goal percentage, total rebounds, and lead the NBA for centers and assists, which she notched her 100 assists as well. So I to me, I think Aliyah Boston has, I'm sure she would her numbers would have been up a little bit more with Caitlin Clark being there, but nevertheless, you got to think she's the anchor piece because now you got to think about it. Teams are focused more on stopping her now that she's not there. You heard Noel Quinn talked about it in her press conference. She said that, hey, with Caitlin Clark on the floor is different because we know what Caitlin Clark brings. We know how dangerous she is. We know how we have to change our game plan to stop her, not more or less them. But now with the Indiana Fever on this 5 game winning streak, and everybody has been a contribute to the success, they looking to stop Aliyah Boston. They looking to take away the inside. They making other people's beat them. They're making the Kelsey Mitchells, the Ari McDonalds, the Sophie Cunninghams, the Lexi Halls, the Natasha Howards of the world to beat them. And pretty much they are stepping up. And that's what makes this Indiana Fever team a hard scouting to me, because you never know who's going to step up. I mean, you think about this. The game tonight, Lexi Hall could come off the bench and have one of them games. Tonight, the bench could really benefit from this game because something they didn't have. And with the addition, as you know, Stephanie White introduced Chloe Bibby in there, she could have a game. She could have 10 points in this game. I just hope that Stephanie White understands that the magnitude of this game, they need to go in and win this game. They can't shuck and jive. They can't play. They can't have a lax of judgment of this, and all of a sudden they fall flat. Because if they lose to the Sparks this year, this would be the third time they lose to them. And if you had to face them in the first round playoffs, to be honest, will you be confident enough to beat them in the playoffs? Now, some people say, well, with Caitlin come back, hey, yeah, they could do that. But it's not always guaranteed, folks. It's not always guaranteed. You could beat a team how many times you want in the regular season, but showing up in the playoffs is a whole different breed. So, but I still don't think that the Indiana Fever need to take this Los Angeles Sparks team lightly. They need to play them. They need to be physical with them. They need to outwork them, out hustle them. And even though they have Cam Brink back, you can easily get her in foul trouble. Cam Brink, she's going to want to play aggressive. She wants to play a little bit, you know, but you could get her in foul trouble. I think the game also, you can't not allow Azurá Stevens to sit out there and shoot threes and be a factor. You got to really focus on her this game. Make everybody else play differently. Rakira Jackson has been on the heater herself. So she's been playing well. So you really got to play this team. De'Arica Hamby is going to be De'Arica Hamby. Now, again, I think with this, with Aliyah Boston, I think she won it last year too. Caitlin won it 3 times. I think she won it 3 straight. I think Stephanie White got robbed out of coach of the month and everything like that. But hopefully that the Indiana Fever continue their hot streak in this month of August, and maybe Stephanie White to get that, because she deserve. I think she deserve it. Even though we very critical of some of her things that she does, but I look at it that. But I think Aliyah Boston she's the anchor, and I said this in the beginning of the season. For the Indiana Fever to win the championship, Aliyah Boston she has to play flawless. She has to play really great basketball. She has to really sit back and really harness her abilities. And she has been playing well, unbelievably. She has games where she started out slow, games early in the season where she was in foul trouble a little bit here and there. But at the end of the day, Aliyah Boston, when it comes down to the fourth quarter, Aliyah Boston shows up. I can't take nothing away from her in that. During the fourth quarter in games, Aliyah Boston shows up. Her teammates carry it from the first 3 quarters, but when it's time for her to step up, the fourth quarter is Aliyah Boston time. So, and I don't think it'd be any differently this time around. Like I said, the only difference is now you have, and I think you didn't even have Dantas back at that time because Dantas was away. So you got Dantas back. You got Chloe Bibby back. Now you have more depth on your bench that you could throw at the Sparks. So me personally, I do believe that Indiana Fever will win this game. I do believe them. I think Aliyah Boston will have another double-double for her 6th straight. I think Kelsey Mitchell will get out her funk of scoring. I think Sophie Cunningham will still come in there and contribute. I think Natasha Howard will play well. I think the bench is going to step up tonight. The bench didn't have a great outing last game, but I do believe the bench is going to step up this game a little bit more. So let me know what you think about Aliyah Boston winning Play of the Week. Like I said before, is a much deserved award for her. She has been playing really good basketball, and hopefully her hot streak continues for this Fever to win their sixth straight. Until then, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell anytime I drop a hardcore video. Continue to, if you're not a member yet, please hit that join button. And if you doing it from your phone, it would be best to hit the member join button from desktop, laptop, or iPad. If you're doing it from a phone, you probably won't see where you need to join. So with that said and done, see you on the next video, Live Wire Sports Media, and I'm out.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.